Lady of boxing, Cecilia Brækhus, one of the most decorated athletes in the history of the sport. Claressa Shields, the greatest woman fighter of all time, or so she says. Hard to argue when you look at her decorated career.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, known as the First Lady, Cecilia Brækhus. Fighting out of the blue corner, and ladies and gentlemen, here is the two-time gold medalist from Flint, Michigan, a three-weight division world champion, and an undisputed women's 154-pound champion of the world, Claressa Shields.
Here we go, round one. Who's going to land the first big shot? The straight right just misses. Punching. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. So much pre-match drama before this showdown. Who could forget what we saw yesterday at the weigh-in? These two boxers are finally ready to get it on.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
These two fighters are made for one another. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. So far, the offense has been better than the defense. That jab gets blocked. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. And there's the bell to start round two. She's coming off a fantastic last round. Let's see what she's going to do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Those counter punches have to hurt. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
They have got great ring IQ. Counterpunchers are the best.
Right cross lands. Clearly that's not allowed. Where Cecilia Brækhus wants to be. What a shot! And down goes Brækhus. 1, 2, 3, 4. In turn of events, what happens next?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. And Cecilia Brækhus now on the brink. And there's the bell for round three. You can see the frustration on her face in the corner. She knows it is go time now. Fight or flight. She's got to get back in it in this round.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
That jab was blocked. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Brækhus just got caught. I don't believe what we're seeing here.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Good straight by her. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. There's the bell for round 4. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Well done with that counter shot. Swing and a miss with that uppercut. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
A very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Missing big. Pulled it right there. Cecilia Brækhus seeing stars. The first lady of boxing has to go down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Something major happened. That's not legal. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Neither fighter willing to slow down. Just misses with that uppercut. They call it the hold her right there. Cecilia Brækhus now on the back foot. No, we don't see a knockdown.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's start the sixth. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice defense there, blocking the hook. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
The problem with having a chin...
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this! This is not where Cecilia Brækhus wants to be. Cecilia Brækhus goes down!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
But now what do they do to get back into this fight?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Brækhus just got caught. 10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. Here we go, it's round 7. So she's back in her corner, Johnny, but you got to believe this is just a calm before the next storm. Her opponent is going to swarm her again as soon as that bell rings.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they got...
Clearly, that's not allowed. Just missed with that jab. Can't land that jab. Good counter punch. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Let's see who can establish the jab, the most fundamental punch in the game. Everything works off the jab. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Again. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
blocks the jab. The perfect counter lands. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
She blocks the jab. That counter shot lands. They got out of the way of that right hook. Coming back to life now, starting to land some punches. Cecilia Brækhus seeing stars.
Belt line. Keep the punches on the belt line.
Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged. Hold her right there. And Cecilia Brækhus now on the brink. Very close round with 10 seconds. Hold her right there. Cecilia Brækhus now. That hurt her bad. And down goes Cecilia.